Good morning and welcome. My name is Christine DeDennis. As Associate Professor of Chemistry and the presiding officer of the faculty, it is my pleasure to act as Faculty Marshal for today's commencement. We begin this ceremony by acknowledging that we are on the traditional territory of the Onondaga, or the people of the Great Hill. In English, they are known as the Seneca people, the keepers of the Western Door. They are one of the 6 nations of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy. Please remain standing for the Chaplain and Dean of Spiritual Engagement, Nita Bird.
"200 years ago, the poet Philip Bailey wrote, 'We live in deeds, not years, in thoughts, not breaths, in feelings, not figures on a dial. We should count time by heart throbs.'" Now, this was put more simply in contemporary language by the poet Maya Angelou when she posted on Facebook. Life is not measured by the number of breaths we take, but by the moments that take our breaths away. Most of you graduating today have only begun to take what will constitute the number of breaths in your lives. Nevertheless, we must pause today and give thanks for the miracle of each and every breath that has been given and for the miracles that take our breaths away. So let us pray. Holy One, who has vivified us with the gift of life, the gift of breath, the gift of wonder, be with us and bless our celebration of these graduates this morning. We have journeyed through times of new beginnings and moments of uncertainty. We have journeyed through times of joyful togetherness and painful separation. And through it all, we realize that even though physical distance may separate us in the relationships formed in this place, we will always be united in heart, connecting us through the miracle of friendship. May we never forget to marvel at the memories of our times here. May we never forget to hold fast to the friendships we have fostered here. May we never forget to have our breath taken away by the beauty of this place. May we always be true to the values instilled here at Hobart and William Smith Colleges, and may we savor the sweet melody of our relationships together. Most of all, help us to realize that our breath is a shared experience which constitutes the miracle before us. For we do not breathe alone, but rather we breathe with the heart throb of every person around us. What affects the breath of one among us affects us all. And so fill us with courage to recognize that our breaths are woven into the miracle of mutuality. For in that moment of recognition, we come to see the beauty of it all, and our breath will be taken away in awe. Every time a graduate walks across this stage this morning is a moment of awe that the Holy One has made. So let us rejoice and be glad in it. Amen.
Please be seated. Professor of Music Robert Cowles will now lead graduating senior members of the college's chorale, assisted by other chorale members, in a performance of La Tricotea attributed to Renaissance composer Franco Alonso.
La tricotea, San Martin la fea, abres un poco al agua señalea. La bota sembra diletta, la señal di ciapire, c'è che gusta il mondo spessa la bottiglia plena. Dama chi mena, c'era lì la vena, oli celi giumma, dama celi, c'era lì pen, voltami contra lì pen, niki, don formahido, yo soy monarquea, de que vendo brea, dama por amor, dama pereza mea, dama yo la vea. Yo clavar el molín y untar el batán, no me despan, ni torres de tosin. La bota sembra tuleta, la señal di ciapire, c'è che gusta il mondo spessa la bottiglia plena, dama chimena, c'era lì la vena, oli celi truma, dama celi, c'era lì ben, voltami contrari ben, niki, don formahido, devo stare bisogna, tempo da vergogna, non besos trovi, dama per mea, dama io la vea.
To preside over today's commencement, please welcome back the president of Hobart and William Smith Colleges, Mark D. Gearin.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning on this beautiful day, and on behalf of our Board of Trustees, our faculty and staff, it's my great honor to convene these exercises of commencement. Thank you very much for being with us here to celebrate the remarkable classes of 2023, as well as those earning their Masters of Arts in Teaching and Masters of Science in Management degrees. We are honored on this platform to be joined by many members of our Board of Trustees, including our Board Chair, Craig Stein, and Vice Chair, Santa Brooks. We are fortunate to have a dazzling group of honorary degree recipients who will be recognized momentarily, and our commencement speaker. But as we begin these exercises, we also take a moment to remember those who are not with us on this important day. Joseph C. Noyes V, known to his friends and family as Quint, was a member of the class of 2023, and he tragically passed away in 2020. And with gratitude for his lifetime commitment to Hobart and William Smith, we remember our friend, our colleague, our valued professor, Professor of English, Grant Hawley, who died in this past fall. Allow me also to welcome in a special way the families of our graduates. We begin these exercises with our gratitude and thanks for entrusting and commending to Hobart and William Smith the opportunity to prepare your children and family members in this way. We thank you for encouraging them when they face challenges, and we're looking forward to celebrating with all of you their successes as they move forward from Geneva. And please know that as your students graduate today from Hobart and William Smith, they enter a community of alumni that will hold them dear, that will support them in their dreams, that will be with them always. They will enter a community with our faculty members and staff members and coaches, consistently ready to support them on their journeys. So to you, as parents and family members, by having your child here at Hobart and William Smith, we hope you feel that you enter a lifetime of community and relationships, that you are always most welcome. And with these remarks, I convene the exercises of commencement.
Provost Sarah Kirk and President Mark D. Guerin will now present, in the name of the Board of Trustees, the candidates for honorary degrees.
It is my honor and pleasure to recognize this year's honorary degree recipients. By selecting distinguished individuals of demonstrated merit and accomplishment to be recognized by the conferring of honorary doctoral degrees, the Board of Trustees, through its Honors Committee, invites them into a special relationship with our colleges. These awards carry the full weight of the history, traditions, and ideals of Hobart and William Smith. They are given with care, with respect, and with an honest affection for those whose lives and deeds we are privileged to honor.
Patricia Adams. As the daughter of the Reverend Dr. Alger L. Adams, the first Black graduate from Hobart College, you are a Renaissance woman who has found success as a corporate professional and then reinvented yourself, enjoying a very fruitful career as a celebrated jazz singer and educator. With your signature good humor, generosity of spirit, you have been a stalwart friend of Hobart and William Smith over many decades, making certain that your father's remarkable life and legacy remain alive for generations of today's students, for his academic triumphs and the prejudices he faced. The recently dedicated Adams Intercultural Center ensures that your family's story will always be known. And so for your impressive personal and professional achievements which exemplify the leadership, creativity, and lifelong investment in learning that is the foundation of the liberal arts, and for your abiding friendship with Hobart and William Smith, and for your extraordinary efforts in recognition of your father and his remarkable life of consequence, Hobart and William Smith honors you. And therefore it is my distinct pleasure, by the authority of the Board of Trustees, to bestow on you, Patricia Adams, this degree, Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa, together with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
I now present Dr. Gilberto Arbelayas from the class of 2006 as a candidate for the degree Doctor of Science.
One year ago, almost to this day, a gunman entered the Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas, leaving 19 students and 2 teachers dead. It was among the deadliest school shooting in the United States history, and a day of unspeakable horror. In the hours that followed that shooting, you were the only emergency room physician in Uvalde Medical Hospital in Uvalde, Texas that day, where you led a small team of emergency response. With the same kind of composure and strength and character that you showed as a talented student at Hobart and William Smith. You rose to the challenge, working tirelessly to provide critical, life-saving interventions for survivors, as well as dignity for those who lost lives. And so for your dedication to an exceptional practice of emergency medicine, for your life-saving work performed with care, bravery, poise, amid unimaginable horror, with pride and gratitude for your service to your community, and for demonstrating to our students a true life of consequence. Hobart and William Smith honors you. And it is my distinct pleasure, by the authority of the Board of Trustees, to bestow upon you, Dr. Gilberto Abeles, this degree, Doctor of Science Honoris Causa, together with all the privileges and obligations thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
I now present Cynthia Gelsthorpe Fish from the class of 1982 as a candidate for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters.
Cynthia Gelsthorpe Fish, you have propelled the college's future with confidence, with a steady demeanor and boundless enthusiasm for the power of community to improve and even to transform lives. Through your dedicated service to the Board of Trustees, you have been a leader without peer, making certain that the colleges never stray from our mission and that we stay aligned with our values. Those values of intellectual rigor, of infinite empathy, of principled leadership, and of a deep commitment to the diversity of people and perspectives are ones by which you yourself live. By investing yourself deeply in vital causes, from the environment to education to caregiving to research, the treatment of Alzheimer's disease, you've made profound differences. For your inspirational engagement and generosity to the communities you call home, for your visionary leadership in advancing the health and well-being of humanity and the environment, for your extraordinary service and advocacy on behalf of your alma mater that has profoundly changed the way we here think about leadership in all its forms, and with continued gratitude for all that you have done for Hobart and William Smith. We honor you. And so therefore it is my distinct personal privilege, by the authority of the Board of Trustees, to bestow on you, Cynthia Gelsthorpe Fish, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa, together with all the privileges and obligations thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
I now present Kevin Colton as a candidate for the degree Doctor of Humane Letters.
Ready? Few have done more to capture the spirit of Hobart and William Smith. And no one has done more to capture the beauty of our campus and our region through photography. The lead photographer for the colleges since 2005, you have covered nearly every aspect of campus life, from commencements to reunions to class discussions to athletic contests. With your signature good humor and kindness, you've captured moments large and small that reflect the visual soul of our community. Your success lies as much in your technical ability, cultivated over a lifetime of dedication to technique, as it does in your ability to make everyone feel comfortable and understood, to build relationships, one frame, one clip, one social media post at a time. And with this honorary degree today, Hobart and William Smith expresses gratitude and extends our hope that the colleges will forever be your alma mater and home. And so for your endless energy and disciplined creativity, for your consummate professionalism and extraordinary service, and for your unparalleled ability to bring out the best in the college's communities, both in photography and in your relationships with faculty, staff, alums, and community members, Hobart and William Smith honor Kevin Colton. It is therefore my distinct pleasure, by the authority of the Board of Trustees, to bestow on you, Kevin Colton, this degree, Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, together with all the privileges and obligations thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
One more clip. Hold on, this isn't a real camera.
Sorry. You gotta get it right.
Got to do it right.
Perfectionist.
Oh, we got this.
All right.
All right, seniors. There you go.
I feel a TWIP photo coming on. It is now my privilege to introduce our commencement speaker, Alan Casey. In their college dorm room, two roommates, Alan Casey and Michael Brown, came up with an idea. Like many good ideas, it was, as its surface, fairly simple. What if you embedded young people from all different backgrounds into the community to mentor, tutor, and educate children? They started with a small cohort in Boston, and that small cohort grew, becoming the inspiration for President Bill Clinton's AmeriCorps program. And today, City Year has 2,000 members serving 150,000 children in cities across the United States, the United Kingdom, and South Africa. Alan Casey went on to become one of our nation's leading advocates for national service and social entrepreneurship, working to advance national service and civic engagement on the federal level. He has worked across the political aisle to do so, founding and leading several nonprofits that support social and economic mobility, that advance education and veterans programs. An advocate for increased political engagement, Casey is co-chair and senior advisor for More Perfect, a national effort focusing on renewing American democracy. He has served as the co-chair of the Franklin Project on National Service at the Aspen Institute, and served as a commissioner for the Military National and Public Service Commission. An honors graduate of Harvard College and Harvard Law School, Casey has been celebrated as a social entrepreneur and recognized as one of America's best leaders. In 2015, Hobart and William Smith Colleges awarded him an honorary degree, and I'm proud to say that his important book, Big Citizenship, How Pragmatic Idealism Can Bring Out the Best in America, is a well-consulted book in the library of our Centennial Center for Leadership, as well as in the President's office. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, our commencement speaker, Alan Casey.
Thank you so much, Mark, for that wonderful and generous introduction. You know, if my parents were here, my father would have appreciated it. My mother would have actually believed everything you said. It's a great honor for me and privilege to share this stage with these extraordinary honorary degree recipients, each of whom has used their time and talents to serve and make a meaningful difference. They are exceptional role models for each of you graduates, and indeed, for all of us here. I have to give a special shout out to my friend and fellow Bostonian, Cindy Fish, who has poured her heart and soul into building this special institution. I'm so honored to return to Geneva today and your wonderful HWS community to congratulate you all. Way to go! You've made it! Can we hear it for the class of 2023? But you know, you haven't done this alone. You've had supportive parents, family members, and friends alongside you for this journey. So can we hear it for the parents, family members, and friends who are here with us today? And for you parents, I'm sure you're feeling a mixture of pride and relief. Pride in the accomplishments of your children, and relief that you won't have any more tuition bills to pay. We should also especially thank your extraordinary president, my dear friend Mark Guerin, for his terrific leadership, and his wife Mary, who is his wonderful partner in leading this community. I don't know of another college president who has his own garage rock band and popular TikToks, or another presidential spouse who opens her home every single Friday to welcome you. By the way, how was Mark and the band at your senior dinner Thursday night? I've been blessed to be good friends with Mark and Mary for more than 30 years now. They live their life by their values and are among the most dedicated public servants I know. We also need to thank the trustees and faculty and administration here at HWS who've supported you and set the bar high for teaching, learning, and preparing you all, as your powerful mission statement says, to quote, lead lives of consequence. I also want to thank a group of students, inspiring students who met with me to help me prepare for this talk. Jet, Irini, Seamus, Shreyan, Litzy, Kate, and Zahir. Thank you. They gave me excellent insights into your experience over the last 4 years. After listening to them, honestly, I wish I could go back to college here. And I'm definitely going to encourage my high school-age son to apply. This has been a big year for you all in many ways. You celebrated HWS's bicentennial last fall. You were ranked 4th in the nation of all colleges and universities for your dedication and involvement in community service. 2 first-year students from Bangladesh and Sri Lanka won the National Debating Championship, beating out Princeton and Cornell. Yes, let's hear it for them. The Statesman won the National NCAA Division III Hockey Championship. And the William Smith lacrosse team went undefeated, were Liberty League championships, won yesterday, and are competing again in the NCAAs today. When I read the article in the Boston Globe about your hockey championship in overtime, I love what Coach Taylor said, quote, "The experts will say it was an offensive game. It was a defensive game. But to me, it was a character game." And that is what your experience at HWS has done. Help you to deepen your character. Here's some of what your classmates told me about what is special about HWS and what they've learned during their 4 years here. I learned how to be a critical thinker, solve problems, and work in teams with people from different backgrounds. To take risks and follow your passion, and the HWS community will support you. That with the first 2 years of COVID and other issues going on in the world, many of us feel anxious about the future. So put your faith in what you believe in and look to our generation to make the future better. I find hope in my peers, so it's difficult to say goodbye. To be open to adventure and comfortable asking for help. Everyone at HWS really wants you to succeed. The people made HWS special. The faculty are unmatched. Staff and older students were so helpful to me. The mentorship and community are amazing. One student summed it all up by saying, quote, "You come to HWS and leave not a different person, but a more full version of the person you were." You know, as your commencement speaker, I'm supposed to give you important life lessons and guidance for the future, but I think what I heard from your classmates is as good or better than anything I can tell you. As I'm sure is true for at least some of you today, on my graduation day back in 1983, I didn't have a job, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do. As a result, I don't remember a single thing my commencement speaker said that day. I tried to make a plan for graduation, after graduation. Pursuing my interest in national service, I applied for 3 different traveling fellowships to study national service programs in other countries around the world and bring lessons back here to America. Amazingly and frustratingly, I ended up being runner-up for all 3 of them. So I was totally bummed out. I didn't know what to do. But my mom always taught me that when God closes a door, he opens a window. So I had to regroup and find that window fast. During my college years, I had studied a rising generation of then younger Democratic political leaders, people like Senator Paul Tsongas from my home state, Bill Bradley and Gary Hart, among others. Hart was running for president and committed to establishing a national service program, and I liked his background and ideas. But he was running at the back of the pack. When I told my family and friends I was thinking of working for Senator Gary Hart's presidential campaign, most responded, "Gary who?" But I took the job anyway. As it turned out, the Hart campaign was a terrific experience for me. Hart lost to Vice President Mondale, but we did win the New Hampshire primary, and the race went all the way to the convention. Working on the Hart campaign, I learned to be entrepreneurial, to be part of a team, and to be an effective grassroots organizer. Most importantly, I made lifelong friends. And I have no doubt that campaign experience made a much bigger impact on my ability to start and grow City Year than traveling the world on a fellowship ever would have. So sometimes a failure may actually lead you on the path to ultimate success. But the main reason I started City Year was because of my mom and dad and the values they raised me with. My father was an immigrant from Iran. He had a chance to go to medical school in Switzerland. My dad was a huge believer in democracy, and a man named Dr. Mohammad Mossadegh, who became Prime Minister of Iran in 1951 and was leading Iran to democracy. But Mossadegh was overthrown by the British government and our CIA in 1953. So Dad decided rather than go back to a dictatorship, he would take his medical degree and come to America, a country of freedom. My dad raised me with a very interesting perspective on our country. He often said, "Son, America is the greatest country in the world because of our ideals. We stand for liberty, equality of opportunity, and most of all, justice for all." He would add that America was a beacon of hope for people like him from all over the world. He said he felt America was the one country he could come to as a foreigner, become a citizen, raise a family, and pursue his dream of being a healer and fighting cancer. But Dad also taught me from a young age about America violating its fundamental ideals. When we overthrew Mossadegh and put the Shah back in power, or supported other dictators around the world, like Somoza in Nicaragua, or Marcos in the Philippines, or not supporting Mandela in his fight to free South Africa. Dad taught me that when America goes against its ideals, it always comes back to haunt us, and that you should love our country enough to fight for our ideals and our democracy. My mom was Italian and also a healer. She became a nurse anesthetist. Sadly, that was the highest a woman could go during her generation. She would have been a brilliant doctor. She was always my dad's best counselor when he had his toughest surgical cases. Mom was a classic Italian. She loved everyone. She was also full of wisdoms and colorful sayings such as, "You know, I've never seen a U-Haul behind a hearse." My mom taught me the most important thing I've ever learned. She would say, "Alan, every single person has special gifts to give, and you bring them out by loving them." For me, City Year was fundamentally a way to put into practice the ideals and values my parents taught me, what my dad taught me about building democracy through service, and what my mom taught me about giving young people like you a chance to discover and use your special gifts to spread more love in the world. Here are some of the life lessons I've learned from my experience with City Year and other social change efforts over the years about how to live a life of consequence. First, as the Brazilian author Paulo Coelho says in The Alchemist, one of my favorite books, it starts by listening to your heart, to your inner voice, and committing to follow your dreams, no matter what the conventional wisdom says or what others may tell you to do. Second, no one does it alone. I started City Year with my best friend and college roommate, Michael Brown, and the first thing we did was recruit others to help us. Third, try to learn from adversity and rejection as much as from victory and success. Everyone faces roadblocks along the way. No one has a straight and clear path. I've also learned that if you listen to that inner voice and pursue your dreams, you will experience what I like to call the guardian angel effect. People will come out of the woodwork to help you. Your commitment, your passion, your dreams will inspire others, and they will support and join you. Your classmates confirmed this truth to me when they spoke about their experience here at HWS. I've seen it happen over and over again. You can count on it. And ultimately, it was the many people who supported the dream of City Year, not me or Michael, that made City Year happen. I also started City Year because I profoundly believe in the power of young people like you to change the world. And as your classmates told me, you as students have already shown the ability to make change right here during your time at HWS. It was your activism after the horrible murder of George Floyd that pushed the Board of Trustees not only to create a board committee on belonging, diversity, equity, and inclusion, but also to finally renovate and restore the Intercultural Affairs House and name it for Alger Adams. And it's so fitting that Patricia Adams is an honorand today. It was your activism in the face of COVID and the lockdown that convinced the administration to reallocate funding to supportants who had lost their jobs because of the lockdown, or who needed funds to travel home and then back to HWS when classes resumed. It was your activism that created the International Student Success Office to provide international students with the support they need to succeed here at HWS. And it was your activism that led HWS Votes to win several awards as you doubled your voting participation from 2016 to 2020 and made a huge effort to turn out the vote last fall. And it's a credit to the faculty and administration here that they responded to your concerns by listening to you, empowering you, and taking action. I'm so deeply inspired by your generation, Gen Z. I'm the proud parent of 2 Gen Z children. I continue to learn so much from them and their friends and other young people I'm fortunate to know and work with. And whenever I'm having trouble with any of my devices, I just turn to my 15-year-old. Your generation is the world's first truly global generation and the most socially and politically active since the 1960s. You've faced extraordinary challenges and traumas and have responded with remarkable resilience and new efforts for change. Your generation has grown up with mass shootings, and yet you've responded with March for Our Lives and unprecedented activism to confront the scourge of gun violence in our country. Your generation lives with the existential climate change, but you've created the Sunrise Movement and other efforts to heal our planet. Your generation has no majority race, and you've been at the forefront of Black Lives Matter and the fight for racial justice. Your generation doesn't judge people on their gender identity or sexual orientation, and has been on the cutting edge for fighting for LGBTQ+ rights, something we need you to continue to do. Your generation, like all of us, have faced mental health challenges due to COVID and social media, and you've responded with compassion and insisting that mental health be acknowledged, brought out of the shadows, destigmatized, and treated. Your generation has faced economic disruption in the COVID crisis and has responded with resilience, entrepreneurship, calls to fight poverty, and for a much more fair economic system. So as you tackle the everyday challenges of finding a job and paying your bills, I hope you will also tackle the bigger, tougher questions and ask yourselves, what can I do in my own way, with some of my time, energy, and talent, to try to make my community, my country, and the world a better place? As it says on the arch across this yard, I believe that you and your generation are the hope. Your passion and leadership can bring us to a fairer, equitable, inclusive, and just America and world. We need you to do that. But just as your parents, teachers, and administrators have supported you to get to this graduation day, I also believe it is up to my generation to work with you, listen to you, empower you to lead, and join with you to address these unprecedented challenges of our time. I believe that Hobart and William Smith has prepared you well, and honestly, I can't wait until your generation is in charge. As I look back on my time in college, it was the relationships that I made that have stuck with me. As my best friend Michael Brown likes to say, quote, "You can always make new friends, but you can't make old friends." I hope you'll continue to nurture the friendships you've made during your time here at HWS. You've grown up together, and your college friends will know you and understand you in very unique ways. As life goes on, these friendships will carry you through the hard times that life will put in your path, and also celebrate the good times with you. Today, you graduate from a terrific college that has prepared you well to live lives of consequence. I'm so excited to watch and learn how you choose to live those lives and what you choose to write in the next chapters of your story. Thank you and congratulations again, Hobart and William Smith, class of 2023.
Thank you, Alan. I now recognize Craig Stein, the Chair of the Board of Trustees, who will announce the Touching the Future Awards.
Good morning. The Touching the Future Award takes its name from the words of Krista McAuliffe, the first teacher selected to participate in the Space Shuttle program who died in the Space Shuttle Challenger explosion. McAuliffe expressed the sentiments of many teachers when she said, "I touch the future, I teach." In 2004, the Board of Trustees established the Touching the Future Award to honor educators from elementary, middle school, and high school who have had an impact on our graduates. From the essays that were submitted by our seniors, 2 have been selected. Alessandra Mitchell and Michael Schertl, will you please stand? Alessandra Mitchell, a guidance counselor at University Heights High School, Bronx, New York, was nominated by Fatu Johanna, who writes that Mitchell was a cheerleader, a motivational speaker, life coach, and overall incredible human being, who was instrumental in helping me build the confidence I needed to take a chance on myself and my future. I can confidently look back and say that her support and genuine care inspired me to be the person that I am today. Michael Schertl, former chemistry and physics teacher and track coach at Red Jacket High School in Shortsville, New York, was nominated by Michael D. Thomas, class of 23, and Mark R. Thomas, also class of 23, and yes, they're twins, who write, "Mr. Schertl pushed our boundaries and encouraged the 2 of us to learn as much as possible. He was more than just a teacher to us, but a mentor who guided and motivated his students to achieve more than they believed possible." Alessandra Mitchell and Michael Schertl are recognized today for their important work as educators, mentors, and leaders, and for embodying the mission of the colleges in leading lives of consequence. Hobart and William Smith presents you with the 2023 Touching the Future Award.
Okay, we are now very fortunate to have 2 seniors who've been selected to deliver senior speeches, Irini Constantino from Williamson, New York, and Shreyan Kanungo from Dhaka City, Bangladesh.
I am filled with so much gratitude to be here and wish to express the love and pride I have for my peers on this special day. This is a group of truly amazing people, and I thank you all for being such generous and inspiring classmates. I could not imagine growing anywhere else, planted alongside any other people. When I started my first year at HWS, I thought I had it all planned out. On the map of my life, I had every route accounted for. I knew which direction I would be going and when. I even blocked out what I thought would be the only twists and turns along the way. It wasn't long before I quickly realized that I did not, in fact, know where the next 4 years would take me. I'm sure none of us could have planned for what March of 2020 would bring. Our class had a unique experience with the pandemic because we were stifled just as we had taken flight. While the road we walk on our first year of college is inevitably uncertain, being sent home just as we had gotten some air under our wings felt particularly discouraging, to say the least. Our worlds and the maps of our worlds were turned upside down. By the fall of 2021, we were trudging through Zoom classes and navigating the detour of pandemic-brought isolation. I remember coming out the other side of sophomore year feeling hopeful, like everything that was derailed after leaving in the middle of our first year was finally back on track again. Although my way through college still seemed unclear, I found guidance and support through the connections I was starting to make. Between peers, faculty, and staff that became close friends and mentors, I no longer felt like I was tackling the journey solo. Sophomore year was about reconnecting. It was about appreciating the people who helped me get on a path heading in a new direction. Back on the map by junior year, there was already talk about next steps and graduation in the air. As I started planning for senior year, I realized I wasn't sure about the path ahead. I knew where I was. The "You Are Here" pin in the map of my life was confidently placed at HWS. But I didn't know where I stood with myself, who I wanted to be, what was the right thing to do. I no longer wanted a map. I wanted the way. But I realize now that finding your way through college is less about the direction one goes in and more about the connections they make. The people I have met at HWS have been my maps, my guides. When I was unsure of myself, it was the people around me who rooted me, who took my hand and made sure I didn't move alone. If you are wary of your next steps from here, of the rest of your life, even of what tomorrow will bring, be certain in this: the identity that we've co-produced as the classes of 2023. We formed this connection through joy and celebration, but also through hardship and trial. When we were sent home our first year, I felt, as many of us did, that I had just started getting close to people, like I had finally found my place on campus. In the months leading up to graduation, a familiar feeling of time slipping away came back to me. I had friends I was starting to reconnect with, and ones who I didn't want to part ways with. I know leaving is a part of growth. But I can't help wishing for more time to stay with the amazing people here, with the friends I am grateful to say I have known and loved. These last 4 years, and this moment right now, are a culmination of the part of us that we've constructed as students of HWS, and soon alumni. After leaving today, I take with me a new map of my life, one that is marked by the people I have met at HWS, who have been compasses over the last 4 years here. When asked what makes this school great, my answer will always be the people here. You all, my peers, are the very foundation of our school. Your tenacity, kindness, empathy, and strength are the pillars on which our institution stands. HWS is made of students who encourage one another to work harder at being better thinkers, scholars, friends, people. In the future, if you ever feel like you are losing your way, remember the people you met at Hobart and William Smith colleges who were your maps through dark and light times. Remember who we are, herons and statesmen. We are sunrise chasers and Seneca Lake lovers. We are the people of Pulteney Street, and surely from Saga fans. We are inquisitive learners, scholars, the new writers of our fields. We are travelers, teachers, leaders, and listeners. We are multifaceted and unique, and at the end of the day, we are better people from the time we've spent here because of the people we've connected with. Look at the people we have become. We began students and strangers. Now we leave as lifelong learners and friends. The paths of our lives are interwoven with the journeys we have shared at this place. We are all part of this class, of this community that every one of us helped to shape. We are HWS. Ground yourself in this moment right now and put a pin down. You are here. Thank you.
On August 18th, 2019, at around 3:30 p.m., an HWS shuttle bus dropped me off in front of Durfee Hall. I still remember the surreal experience of taking my first look at the quad. I remember telling myself, it really looked more dramatic in the pictures. I later learned that it was all Kevin Colton's photo magic. I love you, Kevin. My perception of HWS was born out of three things: the HWS Round Robin, our world-renowned and first-of-its-kind debate competition, pictures from the internet, and figments of my mother's imagination. It was hard to fathom at that time belonging to a 200-year-old institution when the history of my country, Bangladesh, started around 52 years ago. But after 4 years of walking the halls of Stern and Cox, chatting with Shirley as I entered Saga, watching our national champion ice hockey team play in the cooler, enjoying late nights music and ciders at Lake Drum, and watching the sun rise over Seneca Lake, I feel as though I am no longer an outsider, but rather I feel as though I'm part of a family that I would like to reflect with today. So I just want to share two brief reflections with all of you. My first reflection is on taking risks. Mark Twain famously said, "The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why." And from my 4-year journey at HWS, I believe taking risks is the bridge that we have to walk over to find our why. Leaving home for HWS was incredibly risky. I was leaving my single mother alone halfway across the world, and I didn't have enough money. In fact, my mother had to dry up all her savings and take out a small loan to buy my plane ticket. And I had never been to the US before. Most people back home told me not to go. Don't leave your mother. Don't take the risk, they said. But there was this childish optimism inside me that made me commit to HWS. And I thank my lucky stars every day that I let that childish optimism win. What the risk allowed me to do was find the people, the worlds, and the support systems that I never thought I would have access to. I have done things in my 4 years here that I never, in my wildest imaginations, thought I would be doing. These include debating across the world, like in Spain, for example, starting my company with 3 of my friends called UTime, which you can now have access to in www.utime.com, but you're graduating. Shameless promotion, thanks to Scott Brophy. All right. All of us have taken risks to be here, whether it's moving across oceans, taking classes we were petrified to take, or doing activities we do not believe we are good at, or asking that special someone out for dinner knowing that there's a good chance they might say no. Our time here at HWS empowered us to take risks, and my hope is that we all continue to take risks, because without that, there's no point in dreaming or believing. Because the biggest dreams and the most critical beliefs require the biggest risks. So in the process of taking risks and failing, we either found our why at HWS or got closer to figuring it out. My second reflection is about having gratitude towards failure. I've always found my failures to be dearer to me than my successes. Not just because it grounds me, but it reminds me that I have a long path ahead of me, and I've always found that comforting. But I'd be lying if I said it didn't hurt like hell. I've failed more times than I can count during my last 4 years at HWS. I failed at least a dozen times for every minor success I've had. I still distinctly remember, right before the World Championships in Madrid, my debate partner and I were failing almost constantly. At the largest national competitions, we lost most of our rounds and didn't receive any awards. After months of this, I even considered quitting. But my partner and I arrived in Madrid with a pile of notes of all the rounds we have lost. But strangely enough, that made us feel as though we were ready. We wore our failure like it was our armor. And guess what? If you haven't read the HWS news yet, it paid off big time. We ranked as one of the best teams in the world. I also remember being devastated after losing the finals of the annual pitch competition, fearing that I might not have the funds to build my company. Only later, because of the things that I had learned from failing at the pitch, I managed to raise over 5 times more than the prize money that the pitch had offered from angel investors. Needless to say, my failures don't always turn out this way. But we've all had our heartbreaks in college. Whether it was getting rejected from an internship, getting a poor grade in a difficult class, losing a game against a rival team, and so much more. But that is exactly what makes us who we are. When I feel the worst aches of failure, I find it helpful to think about a quote by Nelson Mandela, which goes like this: "Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again." The inspiration for this speech came from one of my favorite Bangla songs called Hobart Pagol, which is rooted deeply in decades-old Bengali folk music. And I'm going to translate for you guys afterwards, but it goes something like this. Tui pagol, tor mono pagol. Pagol pagol korish na, pagol chhara dunia chole na. Which in my interpretation means this: there's a fire in you that people do not understand. Do not hide from it, do not run from it, because without that fire, we lose the only bit of magic that makes the world beautiful. Thank you.
Provost Sarah Kirk will now present the candidates for the Master of Arts in Teaching and the Master of Science in Management, and the President will confer those degrees.
Will the candidates for the degree Masters of Arts in Teaching at Hobart and William Smith Colleges please rise and remain standing?
All right.
I have the honor, President Guerin, to present the degree Masters of Arts in Teaching for the candidates now standing before you. They have completed the requirements accepted by the faculty for that degree.
By the authority delegated to me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree Masters of Arts in Teaching of Hobart and William Smith, and admit you to the community of its graduates with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Management and Hobart and William Smith Colleges please rise and remain standing? I have the honor, President Guerin, to present for the degree Masters of Science in Management those students standing before you who have completed the requirements accepted by the faculty for that degree.
By the authority delegated to me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree Master of Science in Management of Hobart and William Smith Colleges, and admit you to the community of its graduates with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
The Dean of William Smith College, Lisa Kenzig, and the Dean of Hobart College, Scott Brophy, will now present candidates for degrees, and the President will confer those degrees.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science please rise and remain standing? I have the honor, Mr. President, to present for the degree Bachelor of Science with honors and praises to be mentioned, the candidates now standing before you who have completed the requirements accepted by our faculty for that degree.
By the authority delegated to me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Science of Hobart and William Smith Colleges, and admit you to the community of its graduates with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts please rise and remain standing? I have the honor, President Guerin, to present for the degree Bachelor of Arts with honors and praises to be mentioned, the candidates now standing before you who have completed the requirements accepted by the faculty for that degree.
By the authority delegated to me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Arts of Hobart and William Smith Colleges, and admit you to the community of its graduates with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. Congratulations.
President Guerin, the Hobart and William Smith students for the Master of Arts in Teaching will now come forward to receive their diplomas.
Zoe Ruth Doherty. Natalie Therese Gold. Michael Anthony Greco, Jr. Meredith Grace Kehoe. Angelica Linda Knudsen. Colleen Elizabeth McElduff. Nicole Elise Miller. Alana Danielle Rose. Allison Mary Shaw. Laurel Elizabeth Soulier.
President Gearin, the Hobart and William Smith students for the Master of Science in Management will now come forward to receive their diplomas.
Karina Kayleen Alexander. Daniel Alexander. Michael James Christensen. James DeLuna in absentia. Kyle Robert Driscoll. Rihanna Emilian. Nolan Fierro in absentia. Thomas Cade Frucci. Evan Goldberg. Blake Andrew Guzzi. Jackson Joseph Mark Harris. Casey Hayes Hokeimer. Najem Bari Johnson. David Corwin Cruson. Emily Nicole Leonard. Haley Martin Lawrence in absentia. Gabriela Martinez Hidalgo. Japhet Martinez Tiros. Shakile Matthews. Eric Francisco Molina. Star Josefina Peña. Bo Winters Powell. Luke Justice Reynolds. Jacob Dylan Sampson. Bradley John Simus. Kyle Anthony Spanho in absentia. Mark Douglas Sinnott. Aaron Masaru Suchitori. Zachary Thomas Tyson. Michael Whitehurst. Tanner Avery Wood in absentia. Who was awarded the Advanced Degree Certificate in Management, Alex Frank Labella in absentia.
President Guerin, the candidates for bachelor's degrees will now come forward to receive their diplomas.
We are going to begin the presentation of diplomas a little differently this year. We have 5 amazing William Smith graduating seniors who will be leaving us in just a few minutes to join their coach and teammates in preparation for this afternoon's game when the William Smith Now you have to win, right. The William Smith lacrosse team will compete in the NCAA quarterfinals for a shot, which we know will happen, at making it into the championship weekend. So we will begin with those students now. Molly McConnell Davis. Elizabeth Louise Diffley, magna cum laude. Peyton Christina McMahon, magna cum laude. Madeline Jane Montgomery, cum laude. Caitlin Georgia Paleccia, cum laude. Congratulations and good luck as you complete this afternoon. Go Herons!
Ian Patrick Albreski, summa cum laude with honors in English.
Kendra Elise Allen.
William Bailey Clark Allen Graney, cum laude.
Talene Almasian, summa cum laude.
Lucas Lee Emerald. James Robert Anderson, magna cum laude.
Caitlin Elizabeth Andrews. Isa Anjum. Arielis Antonio. Catherine L. Arendt. Nana Ya Frimpoma Asante.
Ethan Ryan Ash. Kadus Asmari Ayala. Summa cum laude. Khan Ayman.
Nidhi Deepak Bajaj, magna cum laude.
Leo Bakire, cum laude. Muhammadu Amanu Bala. Sulaiman Balu. Robert Douglas Baltzer. Joshua Samuel Barclay, cum laude.
Catherine Page Barilla, summa cum laude.
Samuel Joseph Bernard. Alexander Brian Barnowski.
Tuveen Baronian.
Andrew Thomas Barsky, in absentia. Troy Louis Bartolome, summa cum laude. Christopher Erickson Bass. Hugh Joseph Bator.
Litzy Bautista, cum laude. Julia Elizabeth Baudet.
Kevin Todd Becker. Becca Cartlos Bacari. Felix Beltra, in absentia. Oh, not in absentia. Brendan Lowe Bennett, magna cum laude with honors in political science.
Catherine Lowry Benvenuto, summa cum laude. Julia McGlathery Berg, magna cum laude. Katrine McGlathery Berg, cum laude.
Brithik Biswas. Magna cum laude.
Hannah Marie Bixby, cum laude. Seneca Stewart Blakely Armitage.
Rayshawn Boswell.
Grace Ann Lee Bott, summa cum laude. Miriam Bumalak.
Zahir Arthur Bowen. Matthew Joseph Bracco.
Emma Rachel Brackfeld.
Anthony Sanger Bray III.
Eleanor Campbell Bresnahan, magna cum laude. Mary Kate Breward. Olivia Brooms, in absentia, magna cum laude. Claire Constance Brown, in absentia. Catherine Julia Brown, summa cum laude. Sophia Bruno.
Christian Burkhart. Sean Patrick Bussell.
Abigail Byrne, magna cum laude.
Samuel Calderon.
Adriana Lynn Camacho. Zoe Nicole Campanino. Elisa Canny.
Eugene Cow. Robert Paul Karen. Tanner Carpenter.
Caitlin Jean Carr, summa cum laude with honors in writing and rhetoric.
Levi Carvalho, cum laude. Cole Cassano, summa cum laude with honors in English. Cade Daniel Cesare. James Evan Cherry.
Misty Chien with magna cum laude with honors in physics. Julia Solano, summa cum laude. Fatim Batru Cisse. Catherine Elizabeth Clayton. Taylor Elizabeth Coburn, magna cum laude.
Rye Sidney Cohen.
McKenna Colasino. Karina Connolly, summa cum laude. Matias Coronel Fretes.
David Corrales Marco, cum laude. Emerson Duke Coward, Jr.
Stephanie Louisa Cox.
Josiane Stewart Kremers. Hudson Michael Cunningham Baker, summa cum laude with honors in psychological science.
Emma Frances Cusinelli. Simyao Da in absentia, magna cum laude.
John M. Daly. William Brewer Daly. Giacomo De Limole, cum laude.
Isabel Rosaria Danieli.
Adam Alexander Davis. Michael Lewis Davis in absentia. Corin Cornelius Milton Davis.
Natalie Elizabeth Dolly, magna cum laude.
Nicholas Morin de Perez in absentia. Caio de Medeiros. Lucas de Medeiros. Timothy Charles Denham, Jr. Maxwell Derrick.
L. Jem Desjardins, summa cum laude. Summa cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Devaney, magna cum laude.
Anupam Dungana. Abdoulaye Diallo, cum laude.
Julia Louise Demena, cum laude. Fatu Johane, magna cum laude. Corinna Dorr.
William P. Drake.
Maya Dreispoon, cum laude. Martha Elizabeth Dutton. Alexandra Rose Dwyer, summa cum laude. Roxanne Natalia Dyer. Lauren Sheree Early, summa cum laude. Jada Rose Eisenbud, summa cum laude. Isabella Brennan Elliott. Lillian Somerville Ellis, magna cum laude.
Zachary T.S. English.
Kate Marie Equinazi, summa cum laude. Karina Sophie Farwell, cum laude. Emma Josephine Faso. Sophia Sherry Ferguson, cum laude. Denalise Ferreira Garcia, cum laude. Katarina Sophie Fisher.
Alexander Thomas Fitzgerald.
Riley Kathleen Folger.
Joseph N. Foster. Benjamin Patrick Frank.
Hallie Sarah Friedman. Isabel Mara Friedman, magna cum laude.
Kieran David Galloway. Seamus R. Galvin.
Carolyn Claire George, magna cum laude. Kara Nicole Gilliland, cum laude.
Zachary Michael Gleit, magna cum laude.
Johanna Elizabeth Golden, summa cum laude. Juliana Celeste Gong, cum laude.
Benjamin Bo Gordon.
Anna Kathleen Gove, cum laude. Caroline Elizabeth Gray.
Nathan Lawrence Greenberg, magna cum laude in absentia.
Aaron Griffiths, summa cum laude.
Jack Thomas Grooms. Cameron Erkrin Guan. Nicholas Salvador Gullis, cum laude in absentia. Connor Gunn. Kiernan Hamilton.
Sarah Marie Hammond, magna cum laude.
Blake Anthony Hansen.
Holly Harness. Riley Harrison, magna cum laude. Catherine McLean Healy, summa cum laude. Shayla Young Heekin, cum laude. Cezanne Enriquez. Madison Aileen Henry, magna cum laude.
John Anthony Herlihy.
Brisamar Hernandez, cum laude.
Nathan Paul Hessler, cum laude. John Hill.
Laura Hill, with honors in writing and rhetoric. Beatrice Elizabeth Hoffman, magna cum laude.
Kevin Michael Holtby. Isaiah Aubrey Hopkinson. Maxwell Horton, summa cum laude, with honors in chemistry. Brendan Michael Howell.
Paige Caroline Humphrey, magna cum laude. Jenna Marie Hart Grant Hyman.
Hunter James Jameson, cum laude. Maximilian Johnson, cum laude.
Kelsey Johnston. Emily Kahn, cum laude. Claudia Anna Kalina, cum laude.
Srayan Kumar Kanungo.
Victoria Regina Karpowitz. Kirsten Jane Kelly, summa cum laude.
Owen James Killy, cum laude. William Kevin Klein. Calvin Maxwell Klug.
Aaron Kluge, summa cum laude.
William Patrick Kep, magna cum laude. You're not Cameron. Cameron Coase, in absentia. Alexander Druin Conradi.
Irene Sophia Constantino, summa cum laude. Alexandra Kupchak. Carlin Elise Kuzinski, magna cum laude. Rachel Lynn Katula.
Joshua Ryan Kozak, cum laude, in absentia. Dashel Gould Lagoida.
Natalia La Liberty. Mia LaPlante.
Ryan James Legree. Ethan Tucker Lewis, magna cum laude. William Roger Lewis, summa cum laude, with honors in economics.
Kathleen Leach, in absentia. Victoria Lease.
Kevin Lima. Adonia Enrique Lindes. John Rees Lloyd, summa cum laude. Daniel Lasugian.
Sharon Lopez.
Parkham Leah Lowe.
Isabel Rose Lunkin, magna cum laude. Allison Lucier, cum laude.
Andrew Lynch, cum laude.
Lucy Frances Lynch. Alyssa Grace Lind.
Sebastian Madrigal.
Madeline Catherine Malicki.
Vittorio Holt Marin in absentia. John Carl Marco.
Abigail Claire Marola, cum laude. Marcela Marquez Martinez.
Zachary Kidder Martin.
Erica Marie Matos. Julia Grace McCormick, cum laude. Lindsay Caroline McDonald. Madeline Rose McAvoy, magna cum laude. Hannah Rose McGrath. Hannah Catherine McEntee. Emma Lynn McLean. Diego Medina.
That's mine.
Madison Medwid, cum laude.
Mamadou Mete.
Nivea Reddy Menakuru, in absentia. Nicole Mendez.
Jackson Wilmot Mashanik. Ahmad Andrew Miller.
Margaret Milmo.
Bryce William Miltonberger.
Claudia Page Minor, magna cum laude. Isabella Nicole Mitro, cum laude.
Jason Peter Montecalvo. Good. Got it. Yep. We ready? Good. Carter David Morgan.
Charlie Isabel Morgan, in absentia.
Andrew Blake Moriarty.
Hagen Anna Morris. Erin Margaret Morrissey, cum laude.
Eric Charles Mortati. Kari Mosley.
Willow Rose Munn Oberg, summa cum laude. Rose Emily Nelson. Leave Nickerson, magna cum laude. Gabriela Rosa Nieves, summa cum laude. Ashley Nunapeku.
Matthew Brian Newsom, summa cum laude.
Claire Bowen Banks O'Connell, summa cum laude.
Jordan Lawrence O'Connor. Michael Patrick O'Grady. Osamudian Vincent Onaiwu. Vincent Orlando, magna cum laude. David Elijah Ortega.
Molly O'Toole, summa cum laude. Annika Lietma Poletsky. Abby Palin, cum laude. Minnie Thankful Palkamus. Avery Faith Palma, summa cum laude. Kristen Danielle Palmer. Sarah Palmiciano, cum laude.
Pasquale Palumbo III.
Jillian Elizabeth Parrott. Jasmine Renee Pellegrin.
Joseph Samuel Pelletier.
Roxana Janet Pena, cum laude.
Thomas Henry Parrish, summa cum laude. David Corey Pessin, cum laude.
Hannah Fallon, cum laude.
Jake Phillips, in absentia.
Cassidy Louise Pisa Taylor.
Colin Michael Porter.
Caitlin Pratt, summa cum laude.
Griffin William Primo.
Zara Elsbeth Pyle, magna cum laude.
Avi Rajkarnikar.
Julissa Celestia Ramirez, magna cum laude, in absentia. Caroline Constance Ream, cum laude.
Andrew John Rebholz.
Emmeline Reed, magna cum laude.
David Michael Reagan.
Maeve Riley, magna cum laude. Alicia Michelle Richardson. Riley Riddell, cum laude. Ciania Isabel Rizzo.
Walker Davis Robinson, cum laude. James Ribery Robles.
Martina Roca, magna cum laude.
Victor Joseph Rocky. Mason Louis Rahm. Robert Patrick Rowan, summa cum laude.
Leon Jelena Rueg.
Jacob Rutstein.
Madison Lillian Sanders, magna cum laude with honors in writing and rhetoric. Haley Elizabeth Sachs, summa cum laude with honors in biochemistry. Sydney Olivia Schultz, magna cum laude.
Logan Michael Schwapach. Justin Andrew Scott, magna cum laude. Anthony Edward Seguiti.
Nima Sella, magna cum laude.
Adam Joseph Shea, magna cum laude.
Taylor Julia Shea, summa cum laude.
Daniel Shulga, in absentia. Jonah Hoffman Silverman, cum laude.
Erica Jean Sipos, summa cum laude with honors in biology.
Gunnar Shostet, cum laude. Brayton Slusser. Nicholas Alexander Smith. Wyatt David Smith.
Robin Snetzinger, summa cum laude.
Samuel Oscar Sobel.
Iris Yen T. Sodowick. Eleanor Kate Sorbello, magna cum laude. Kenderly Soto. Sarah Elizabeth Ann Spears.
Thomas Guthrie Spears IV, cum laude.
Mackenzie Steiner, magna cum laude. Madison Stewart, cum laude. Ella Elizabeth Steer, magna cum laude with honors in dance.
Tyler Connor Stimpson, cum laude.
Emma Pearl Swenson.
Joseph Camp Tate. Benjamin Tesla, magna cum laude.
Tia Victoria Thevenin, cum laude.
Noah James Hoban Thurkel, magna cum laude. Mark Robert Thomas, cum laude. Michael Daniel Thomas, magna cum laude. Marcus Akio Trujillo.
Konoko Chibakiyama, summa cum laude with honors in architectural studies. Bridget, oh, sorry.
No, you go.
Okay. Bridget Van Brocklin, cum laude.
Connor Gregory Raymond Vangelo, cum laude.
Sophia Penelope Velto, summa cum laude with honors in art history.
Vito Joseph Visconti. Colin Richard Voloshin.
Nicole Catherine Wadsworth, summa cum laude.
Patrick Kelly Walker, cum laude. Davy Gwynn Walters. Cutler Jonathan Walton, cum laude. Jalen William Washington Lobdell.
Tess Miller Weber, magna cum laude. Jungri Mary Wei, summa cum laude. Bridget McKee Weir, magna cum laude. Greta Sophie Weiss, summa cum laude with honors in psychological science. Sabrina Taylor Weldon. Claudia Marie White, summa cum laude.
Ryan Arthur Wilcox, magna cum laude.
Erica Lee Willenborg, cum laude.
Nathan Williams, cum laude. Zachary Williams.
Mackenzie Wadka. Reagan Wolf, magna cum laude.
Christopher Michael Wright. Jake Knowles Wright. Jeff Cameron Wright, cum laude.
Edie Shao. Katerina Yakub, summa cum laude.
Tensen Yonten, summa cum laude.
Sarah Emily Zieger.
Zihan Zhou. David Victor Zizzi Jr.
Well, as we prepare to close the exercises of commencement, a word about you and the life you will lead. Mary and I have had the very good fortune to get to know this extraordinary senior class since returning in the fall. Proud of your accomplishments, grateful for your friendships, impressed by your interests, and awed by the energy, purpose, and resolve that you have tackled problems and challenges. You are well prepared. You are ready, and the world needs you. But in thinking about your future, I've also been reflecting back a lot during my return to HWS, which has prompted a lot of flashbacks, or what Adam Grant calls vu-ja-de, the opposite of déjà vu, when you are familiar with things, but you see them in a different lens. And I've been thinking about your graduation as I've been assisting my own class prepare for my reunion in 2 weeks. Part of the Harvard reunion tradition is the publication of what is called the Red Book, in which classmates are invited to send in written updates from the past 5 years. The collection of Red Books is a fascinating glimpse into individual journeys, lessons learned, hopes fulfilled, and dashed. So in reading my Red Book, which arrived a few months ago, and in thinking about your commencement and your futures, I was reminded of the observation of the philosopher Kierkegaard, who offered, "Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards." In that simple sentence, Kierkegaard sums up a challenge of life. We must live our lives going forward. But to truly understand and assist us in leading a meaningful life, we could benefit from the lessons, triumphs, and disappointments by looking backwards. So I thought some of my classmates' reflections in the Red Book might be useful to you as you begin your life moving forwards. Now, my graduating class had 1,600 students. Our commencement day was in the rain, listening to the Soviet dissident Alexander Solzhenitsyn speak for 1 hour in Russian with English translation. Thank you, Alan Casey, for that. But back to the Red Book. Fortunately, the Red Book is frequently populated by whimsical stories, inside jokes, and gentle ribbing over the years. One classmate wrote about his own college roommate, who is now a prominent neurosurgeon. He wrote the following: I think you will agree that the past 5 years have been the most unusual, starting with Dr. Cantor disrobing on the dance floor at our reunion. While I have seen his act many times going back to our time in college, I should have recognized this as an omen for the unexpected things to come. Others provided updates on their lives. One friend wrote, at my high school reunion, the stars aligned and I connected with a woman I've known since 6th grade. Our twisting divergent paths somehow left us both available, and now we're in a 1,000-mile relationship between Middletown, Connecticut, and Pensacola, Florida. He said, additionally, my barber, my therapist, and my dentist that I've had for decades have all retired. And my daughter said, Dad, your barber, your therapist, your dentist, all the people who care for your head are gone. But the past 5 years, as you can appreciate, have highlighted political entries more so than in previous years. A classmate wrote, raising observant, curious, creative kids in America these days requires opening my own eyes and questioning stories I once held to be true. As a result, my opinions no longer fit neatly within the polite, liberal circles that I have been accustomed to roam. I've lost some friends and guides, but found new ones in surprising places. Or this one from my classmate Phyllis. The murder of George Floyd and so many others made me realize and understand how deeply rooted racism remains. I had a similarly naive perspective about women when I was in college, feeling confident that I, as a woman, would not suffer any different treatment in my career due to being a woman. When we graduated, I was certain that we were beyond that. Well, I was wrong then about women, and I remain wrong about race. The year 2020 marked the beginning of a learning journey I am still traveling. Or another said, I considered opining about contemporary politics, the assault on free speech, and other things on my mind, but then I channeled President Bush 41 and thought, nope, wouldn't it be prudent? My dad would always say, take the high road, the view is better. Classmates reflected on their careers. One said, for me, careerism wasn't the answer. That was too conventional for my artistic side. I've had many other adventures. Some had, frankly, quite a significant change of heart about their careers, writing, early in my career, I believed in private sector solutions to healthcare costs and access. I'm now fully in the single-payer camp. I am probably a good example of the adage that you cannot convince someone of anything when their salary depends on believing the opposite. Or another wrote that he only went to medical school to support himself as an artist, saying that he trained so he could work 2/3 time, live frugally, save carefully, and eventually transition to being an artist. In this Red Book, he provided us an update. The plan turned out to be a good one for me. Pediatric emergency medicine allowed me to focus on diagnosis and immediate treatment. By working shifts, I earned less, but I had time completely free when not on duty. I kept painting. I kept exhibiting. And 37 years later, at 7:35 a.m., on October 27th, my plan came to fruition. I finished my shift, gave my stethoscope in and books, turned in my license, and now my landscapes are full of light. Some of my classmates are still working on things, writing, weren't we supposed to be complete, pedigreed people, wrapped in a crimson ribbon and ready to face the world upon receiving our Harvard diplomas? If yes, then I blew it. I must confess, I remain a work in progress, which is maybe what education is really all about. But what comes across most clearly in my Red Book is the gratitude my classmates feel for the important relationships in their lives. One writing, "These haven't been easy years, dealing with losing family members, our frail and faltering democracy. But the splendor outweighs the pain in this life, and there is still so much to look forward to. In so many ways, we can continue to grow and change." Another writing, "In a time of turmoil and division, I'm grateful for the serenity that surrounds me and my friends." Or this from a good friend of mine, whose drive and his ambition was noteworthy to me even as an undergraduate. And his journey since our graduation resulted in considerable professional and financial success, but he has also faced enormous tragedy. His first wife dying in childbirth, leaving him the father of triplets, and his second wife succumbing to cancer. And this is what he wrote in this year's Red Book. "What have I learned the most in the past 5 years? Most importantly, I've learned that my relationships with my family and closest friends matter most to my life. It's not about my career. It's not about making more money. It's not about climbing up the next rung on the corporate ladder, but it's about being the best husband, father, son, and friend that I can possibly be. It's about getting outside of myself and doing things for others." So in many ways, my classmates corroborate an 85-year study of 268 graduates of Harvard from the class of 1938. It's the world's longest study on happiness. And here's what the researchers found: that relationships are far more important to happiness and health, both brain and body, than money and fame. The ties of relationships protect people from life's challenges and are far better predictors of what is a long and happy life than social class, IQ, or even genes. And one need look no further than the stage in front of you, at our 4 honorary degree recipients and our commencement speaker, to observe the power of relationships, the embodiment of service, and lives lived for others. Hobart and William Smith has bestowed on each of them our highest honor, a decision that was made with care and with intention to say to each and every one of you as graduates on this important day in your lives that these 5 individuals in different fields, different sectors, different locations of our country and world have made a difference. They've kept relationships at the center of their lives. They have led lives of consequence. At my first valedictory address at commencement several years ago, I urged students to take a look at the passenger side mirror on the car when you're driving out of Geneva. It reads, "Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear." I said that to the graduates, saying that it's true for Hobart and William Smith. It will be closer than it appears. In the friendships you've made here, the knowledge you've gained, the perspective and the relationships that have broadened and shaped you. HWS will be closer than it appears. So come back to this special place. It will need you, and you will need Hobart and William Smith. And in case you're interested, here's what I wrote in the Red Book. My Red Book entry this time included an unexpected but welcomed return to Hobart and William Smith colleges in August. It was a change I did not anticipate, but one that I'm excited to return to, and a place where Mary and I have served for 18 years, where we raised our daughters, Madeline and Kathleen, and where Kathleen graduated in 2021. I am honored to serve as president again, all the Grover Cleveland jokes notwithstanding. My 5 years at Harvard was an enormous privilege, first as president in residence of the Graduate School of Education, then as director of the Institute of Politics at the Kennedy School. I was inspired by Harvard undergraduates and their purposeful commitment to politics and public service. Only Hobart and William Smith could have pried me out of Harvard and the Institute of Politics, as that is the place that introduced me to politics and government by giving this financial aid student $500 for a summer internship in Washington. And I look forward to continuing to work with this dazzling generation of college students, a cohort full of energy and promise. Indeed, the hope of the world. That was my entry. Thank you, congratulations to the class of 2023. Go forth and do great things.
We are nearing the end of this wonderful, sunny, awe-inspiring commencement. The benediction is inspired by Psalm 150, the noisy grand finale of the book of Psalms, where we express our praise and gratitude with music and song. Hallelujah! Praise to our wonderful graduates and inspiring speakers. Praise to this holy place by Seneca Lake, ancestral home of the Haudenosaunee. Praise to the bagpipers right in front of me. I didn't expect that. Praise to the organist and the carillonneur. Praise to Kevin and the classes of 2023's selfie. Praise to jazz and the choral refrain. Praise to faculty regalia and hats aloft at some point. Praise with clapping and cheers. Let us all take a deep breath and a sigh of relief. Commencement 2023 is coming to a close, and it's been wonderful. Hallelujah.
We ask that all guests remain seated until the recession of the platform party and until the faculty and graduates have exited the quad. Leading the recession of our newest graduates and celebrating their 50th reunion this year are from the classes of 1973, Marjorie Torelli and Rick Blay. They are joined by Chevy Devaney, class of 1995, parent 2021, parent 2023, and Director of Alumni and Alumni Relations. At this time, I would ask that all graduates please move their tassels from right to left. The Hobart and William Smith College's commencement exercises of 2023 are now closed. Graduates, it is that time to feel free to throw your mortarboards in the air.